Today we are going to be discussing my least memorable books of 2019. Basically, books that I liked, books that I hated, and books that I did not, just don't remember what they're about. I'm losing it. Like, I've been talking to myself for like an hour here, filming videos and back to back, and it's like my head hurts and I have a headache. Anyway, this is probably going to be a series, and I'm going to be talking about every book, and I'm going to be talking about what I just previously mentioned, so yeah. So in this video, I'm not going to be including poetry, nonfiction, self-help books, or books that I have received as an ARC. These are in no particular order. The first book I'm going to mention is A Court of Frost and Starlight by Sarah J. Maas. Now, this was not memorable at all. Like, I can't remember anything I read in this book, mainly because it was so bad and so unlike everything else she has written. I rated it 3 stars. And I did not enjoy it. It was boring. I don't remember anything about it. Like, I do remember the characters, but mainly because I've read 3 books that follow the characters. I would be basically just fine if we didn't get A Court of Frost and Starlight and just moved on. The next book I'm going to be talking about is Flight or Fright, edited by Stephen King and Bev Vincent. This I've read in very early 2019. And it's a collection of short stories about flying and people being afraid of flying and planes and all that. And I do remember bits of it, but I was bored and did not like it at all. I rated it 2 stars. Moving on, I'm going to be talking about The Isle of the Lost by Melissa de la Cruz. Now, this is a Descendants novel. You know Descendants, the Disney movies, basically, their books. The way it was written, it just wasn't memorable. Okay, next we have Hexed, which is the first book in the Witch Hunter series by Michelle Chris. This book is the first book in the Witch Hunter series, like I mentioned. My rating was 2 stars. I do not remember anything in this book. The pacing was all over the place. We have a bad boy, and I don't remember anything about this book. I wanted to finish reading this book because I don't like leaving books DNF. That is going to be a thing in 2020. I don't want to force myself to read something that I might not enjoy. So I'm not going to continue with this series, but if you're a teenager, I do think you might enjoy it. You know, if you're not that critical of a thinker, or just in it to enjoy a story, go for it. Who am I to stop you from that? But it's not my cup of tea. Next we have The Ocean at the End of the Lane. My rating was 3 stars, and I do remember a few things about this book. I don't really understand it. I was able to follow the story and I was able to read it, and I did understand what was happening at the time, but now thinking about it, this story is just weird. Let's talk about The Haunting of Hill House by Shirley Jackson. Let me tell you something, the TV show was far better than the book. The book was just kind of don't bother reading. The TV show is so much better. They did such a good job. I actually rewatched it just a few days ago, 3 days ago, and I still loved it just as much, if not even more. Okay, let's talk about Eleanor and Park by Rainbow Rowell. If I listen to an audiobook, it's usually at a 2.8 times speed, depending on the narrator. And I did the same with this one. I just wanted to be done with it because for some reason I did not like it. And because of the speed, I actually missed a lot of things, such as Rainbow Rowell's racist remarks when it comes to Asians. I don't know, this book just left me uncomfortable, and especially with the ending, I don't like it. Okay, I don't. And that's why I gave it to my sister, and I also have another book by Rainbow Rowell, attachments, that I gave to my sister. And the last book that I have by Rainbow Rowell is Fangirl. Some of you have asked me to read this book and to review it, and I still get messages that I should read that book, that it's so good. That's the only book I'm keeping by Rainbow Rowell, and that's the only book that I might read in the future by her, but I'm not buying her books anymore. And I gave the rest to my sister, and she can do whatever she wants with them. It's her decision, and yeah. Okay, I want to talk about another book, which is Suicide Notes by Michael Thomas Ford. I did not like this one. I thought it was problematic, and for reasons I now cannot say, mainly because I don't remember much of it, but at the time of reading, I did not like that book. There's a very kind of graphic scene, sexual scene that includes another person sleeping, and then they wake up, and yeah, I don't want to. I'm not monetized, but I don't want to talk about it. It makes me uncomfortable, and that's one of my problems with this book. And that is basically the only thing I remember. The main character was snarky and kind of rude. I still think that it was not done in a very good taste. To say someone is crazy because they struggle with their mental health is insensitive. So yeah, I'm actually really angry at myself for wasting my time on that book. That concludes this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment, leave a thumbs up, which is the same as a like, subscribe, and click the notification bell to keep yourself notified when I post my next video. Let me know what you thought of these books and what were your least, like, not memorable books of 2019, or like in general, what were your not memorable books? I really want to know. Like, I'm interested. Let's talk about it.